15th, 2022, and as you see, on a dead-end street in Sligo Mill Road, it's the hangout spot. There's no parking on either side of that street, but because of selective enforcement by the government of Tacoma Park, they pick and choose who they're going to enforce their laws on. And when you don't follow in their little footsteps, the harassment begins. These cars been sitting in over an hour. But yet and still, the chief of police says his officers patrol down this area. That is incorrect. We didn't even see our parking enforcement guy all last week and up to the day. But this is what goes on here. Selective enforcement in this town. There is no parking on this Sligo Mill Road where this no outlet is behind Mid-Atlantic. But because there's no enforcement by this corrupt town of Tacoma Park, Maryland, they only enforce things on people who buck them and who doesn't go along with their illegal acts. We've been sitting out here for almost an hour and a half, let's say, and not one law enforcement person has come down here, even including parking, code enforcement, and police officer Bushman. Where's your officers at, Chief of Police of Tacoma Park, Maryland? Where are your officers? Where is code enforcement? No tickets given out? Nah, they didn't buck him. They didn't buck their government. They're not putting their government out on blast, showing the illegal acts and the derelict of duty of their government. So they don't care nothing about that. You can come here and you can break the law all day long in Tacoma Park as long as you don't interfere with them getting their hands greased and interfere with their corrupted activities. They don't care. But it is a crime to park where there are signs that says no parking. Where's your patrols at, Chief of Police of Takoma Park, Maryland? Taxpayers, stay strong. Don't let these bootlickers and ass kissers deter you or get you upset, because there is going to be a change in this town. We've reached out to Big Brother, and Big Brother is taking a look at it. These people get to come here, park, do what they want to do. And no enforcement in this town for the people or by the people you're paying to do a job. You see, the law is supposed to go across the board. If you break the law, there are consequences for it. You claim I broke the law. I'm not crying about what you're doing. I'm going to take you into court and prove it. I didn't. But here, the people of Montgomery County park enforcement put up signs that says no parking. And these people clearly are breaking the law. But because of the corruption in this town, nobody's enforcing anything. If you're not going to enforce it on them, why are you trying to enforce some bullshit on me? Government of Takoma Park, Maryland. You're not even enforcing your own laws. You're not even enforcing state and federal law, because you got one of your people impersonating a police officer. Matter of fact, you got a whole police station impersonating police officers, because if you read the statute, it says nobody is supposed to have emblems in stating police if they're not the police working in a government facility. And that's, if you go into the Tacoma Park Police Department, their code enforcement, their parking enforcement, their trash man, the janitor, their what was the guy that gave me my property man, all had police on them, and none of them are police officers. But yet and still, they walk around the police department, the administrative building, where the governor, the city council, and nobody's saying anything, because they don't know the law. And if they do know the law, they don't give a fuck about the law. Only they care about the law is when somebody comes in there and make an issue that they're not following the law. So why are you trying to enforce the law on me? Selective enforcement. It amazes me that the people we have in this country, and now I really know why this country is in the predicament it is, because we got a lot of going along to get along individuals in this country, that we really need to get a free plane ticket to Russia, China, North Korea, and send their asses over there, because they can't function without being told what to do. And maybe their parents would like them to get out their damn house so they can feel free. They've already raised 20, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and they still stand at home with their parents. These are these bootlickers that make these fucked up ass comments on my platform. I got one that says, "I hope you never get your motorcycle back." How stupid can you be? Then I got another one says, "I'm going to buy your Mercedes when they put it up for auction." You can't even afford a Mercedes, bitch boy or bitch girl, whoever you are. But this is the kind of comments I'm getting on there. but not one of them has showed me what backs up their argument. I have one that says, it's all right for them to mark on your tires. Or it's all right for them to tell you to go wipe your ass. How stupid can you be? If you don't believe me, go and read some of these ridiculous comments that they put on my... I even got one that says, it is against the law, but it's not against the law. He's an individual who rides the fence. I guess they're trying to justify and trying to pull me over onto their side. Then I got one about the tire. Oh, it's all right for them to spray paint tires. It's all right until one of your family members gets into an accident with them, and then you're going to cry like a bitch that somebody did something wrong. Well, we're going to get the Consumer Protection Agency down there to say if it's all right or wrong. And then we're going to get the rules changed to make sure that it goes into law that you can't spray paint tires and sell them to other citizens, defrauding them. How you take a $5, $10 tire, spray paint it, and then sell it to somebody else for $65 and up. Then I got another clown that says, they're not spray painting them, they were washing them. There's some fucked up people in this country, I'm telling you. I laugh at it. But keep it coming, because it amuses me. I get my buddies and we just read this foolishness. It amuses us. But I guess I'm sitting in the tow yard because I'm sitting in the Mercedes right now. And whoever that little clown was, and with the letters, they killed me with this. They not even man enough to use their own names or subscribe with their name. They make it up so that they can comment on somebody else's platform. That shows you the bitch move of them. Push come to shove, they toms, and they will not stand up for anything. And that shows that by the way that they come onto your platform. But to all you auditors and cop watchers, keep up the good work. Don't let these little clowns that make these ridiculous statements deter you from going out there picking that camera up. Because let me tell you this, you're doing something to make a change in this country. And it's making it happen. People are starting to wake up and realize, and putting the government and these officials on blast that aren't doing their job. And don't get scared when they come after you. You know, that's the intimidation. That's just like them saying, oh, we're going to lock you up. Okay, lock me up. I'm going to take your job. Which Bushman and this sergeant's going to learn. I'm a man of my word. But again, I ain't seen a Tacoma Park law enforcement come down here. Even though the chief says his officers do routine patrols down here. The last officer I seen came down Sligo Mill Road, came to Sheridan, which was right here at this sign, and made a right and went back out on New Hampshire Avenue and then went back down to Langley Park. She stopped at the 7-Eleven. Oh, yeah, we followed her. Yeah. See, I got a whole lot of videos I ain't put up yet. And it's going to really show you how this town government really works. Just like I told you. We had Bushman come down here, put a ticket on mine, and then went right back to the police department. Gonna show you that video. We just gonna use it for court. We got to use it for court. All this stuff got to be first used in court to show the harassment, selective enforcement, discrimination, just like this. Why isn't somebody coming down here daily to check and put parking tickets on these people who are parked illegally? Because they're not bucking the system. They're not putting these people on social media for not doing their jobs. And I'm not trying to get these people in trouble. I'm just making a point here that this is selective enforcement. This is harassment, an attempt to intimidate. These people park every day. They don't get tickets. I'm the only one getting tickets down here because they say I'm breaking the law. A law that they can't show me. You see, I pay for this road. This is my private property. I don't need papers to travel. I don't need papers to park on something that I pay for. The roads were made for travel of every U.S. citizen, and every citizen wishes to move freely on. This is not a private road. If it was a private road, then I would have a problem. I don't need to give up my Fourth Amendment right to park my vehicle on something I pay for and maintain. But I'm going to teach you that in this court proceeding, Tacoma Park, Maryland. And just like I contacted Montgomery County, auction off my shit if you want to, and you're going to go back and get it from whoever you auction it to, and it better not be destroyed. And I'm going to seek criminal charges for theft of my property when it's brought to your attention that I didn't break any law. So the best thing to do is bring me my shit back. Your bluff is not working with me. And your scare tactic, I guess you realize, didn't work either. I told you, cameras are a beautiful thing, taxpayers. They never lie. Record everything. And I have. Ever since these clowns began their campaign of corruption against me, I've recorded. And some of the stuff you haven't even saw yet. I got over 5,000 recordings of these bitch niggas in Tacoma Park's government that you have not even seen yet, because I knew this day was coming where I'm going to take them into a federal court and I'm going to see criminal charges brought against them. Like I told you before I started this campaign, a group of Tacoma Park citizens came and told me just how corrupt this town is and that they would retaliate. You see, they try to tell people how to do things in this town. Like I told you, there's a business down here. They told the owner his trucks can't ride down a certain street because a group of bootlickers live down that street and they didn't want commercial vehicles riding up and down the street. Ain't that some shit? Last I thought, this was America. This is a free country. You can drive down any street you want as long as it's not private. It's just like you go to Old Town Takoma Park and they have given a street to a restaurant so that they can extend their their dining room out onto the street. And they have stopped the flow of traffic going down this street, which the people maintained. No, they say, well, it comes from the gas tax. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Some of the money comes from the gas tank, and it comes from taxpayers. That's one of the trucks there that have to come this way because the mayor said they can't drive down the other way. But where are the police? I don't see any. You guys in Tacoma Park had a chance to vote Bin Laden's daughter out of office and put a good guy, a guy that would work for you, into office. And you chose to put this piece of shit back in office. Yeah, I know y'all hate to hear the truth, you know, but the truth will set you free. That's just like these clowns on my platform. They hate to hear the truth. They want to hear fictitious stuff like they spurt back to you. But yet and still, not one of them is trying to throw the truth back to me. I had one tell me, oh, he doesn't want to know the truth. No, I don't want to hear your fictitious shit that you try to spurt out your mouth because I ain't got no toilet paper to wipe your ass with it or to give to you to wipe your mouth. You know, people hate to hear the truth in this country. They love fictitious shit. You know, they go along to get along. And that's why this country is in the predicament it's in now. Going along to get along. Using the bathroom in the bushes, side of the road. But yet and still, where is the government? I didn't get no parking tickets on my car. The car hadn't been towed. I'm still waiting for all that. And your time is winding down. Make no mistake about that. If you think you're just going to be quiet and I'm just going to go the limit of filing this lawsuit, not. The paperwork, the lawsuit, the complaint, all's been written up. I'm going to do it on my terms, not on your terms. You see, when your other little Sergeant Irwin put his hands on me and falsely arrested me, you should have learned a valuable lesson then. But you didn't. You went in there, let him retire and go to another town. And from my understanding, he's doing the same bullshit. Look at it. One leave, one comes. One leaves, one comes. Oh, Lordy Lord. This street right here, Sligo Mill Road, is a very heavy travel road around rush hour because people cut through here to get to New Hampshire Avenue. And I'm telling you, down there is a playground, and I've showed you that playground, and there's no sidewalks for the children to walk on. And taxpayers, you need to think long and hard about pressing this government to put sidewalks on the street, on both sides, so children and handicaps can walk down the street and not being walking into the neighborhood, into the street, because they could easily get hit by cars that pass through there. But they don't care nothing about that. As you saw in the mayor's neighborhood, she has sidewalks on both sides of the street. Both sides. But as you go through your town, all streets aren't like her street. You know, she making sure that there are sidewalks for the kids in her neighborhood to walk down. Why isn't she doing that for all the neighborhoods in Takoma Park, Maryland? Her and those city council people you guys elected into office. Why? It's expensive. You know, it'll come out of her cut that she's skimming off the top. But if they had any good sense as good government people, if they were down here putting tickets on these cars at what, $45 a hit, they could make enough revenue where nobody would even see it be missing off the top. But they're not. And they're not doing it because they allow certain individuals to get away with shit. Just like these little people in this neighborhood telling this man who owns a business he can't drive his trucks through that little area. Ain't that some shit? When do a government agency can tell a free citizen they can't drive down a public street? Oh, my bad. They're trying to tell me I have to register my property and I need papers to travel in this country. I'm pretty sure I didn't wake up in Russia, China, no, North Korea. You see, this is what people died, shedded their blood for. And we just let them, the rich people, try to dictate to you how to live. All right, I came here to move my Mercedes. It was 72 hours, but I've been sitting here just waiting to see if Mayberry Finance would come through here, but they didn't. They haven't. And power to the people that parked there. My big thing is, if you don't fuck with them, why don't fuck with me? If you're gonna fuck with me, fuck with them. You got a guy back there, he parks on the sidewalk. I don't care. But don't fuck with me. You drive by every day seeing shit, but you don't say nothing to them. You come and fuck with me. That's the last person I would fuck with is somebody who fucking back with you. Many police officers that have stopped me traveling with my tag and I didn't have any papers to move around. And I kept, who knew the law, I'm not going to say who knew the law, just said, have a nice day. And I drove on. I come to this Mayberry backwoods town where the officers aren't trained. And out of spite, I'm arrested for a civil matter. And the officer said they were informed. Now, this is what he wrote on the report, if I can remember. They were informed that there was somebody riding a motorcycle without a license. How the fuck you know somebody don't have a license and they riding around? Now, I just come out the police station and this sergeant is sitting in the garage looking at me, and I got a ninja mask on coming out the police station. And he followed me, and what he, like I told you, and what you saw in the thing, what he wanted me to do is commit a felony and take off and run from him, because he would have never caught me. But they knew who I was. You see, this is how dumb they are. I'm 5 steps ahead of these clowns in everything I do. Everything I do. And just like this lawsuit, I'm 5 steps ahead of y'all. And it's coming. Oh yeah, it's coming. Somebody asks, how's the lawsuit coming? Oh, it's coming. My time, not their time. My time. Under the law, you have 2 years to file. It's not going to take 2 years. It's going to be this year. But I believe in giving people a fair shake. All you had to do was bring my shit back to me and leave me alone. Now we're going to make law